Stay mad. Right. So, is there any questions?
No, but I am still
Why
writing
does
the
God hate me?
previous session. Personal reasons.
You didn't pay your taxes to God.
True,
No, those were made
because
illegal.
taxes are theft.
I have no rebuttal for that. Therefore, you're correct. That's how the world works.
That is how the
So-
world works.
It is nowadays. So, without further ado, then we'll jump into the recap. So, last time on Bionicle, we had that show was awful, by the way. We had. So, whoa, it was bad. Now the
No,
figurines, however, were sick shit.
No, Bionicles are awesome.
Bionicle are awesome.
What the fuck is this bit? Are we gonna play D&D?
We are gonna play D&D. I do this every week.
He does do this every week. How have you not noticed?
Oh, I've noticed. It's just that the bit is continuing longer.
Yeah,
Because
occasionally people have things to say about what I say.
Anyways, Bakugan are better. Continue.
That's an entirely different thing.
Please.
Foldable, vaguely buildable thing.
One second,
Next
one second, one
question.
second. We're playing D&D. Shush. It's clearly your fault that we're getting off topic.
I get blamed for everything around this house. Let
Now-
us continue.
We arrived in the town of Adenti. To that point, arrived at the location of your job, where you were instructed to find who killed Warlord Vangear and several other things. Also, burn the granaries. Don't forget that. Burn their food supply.
Okay. Specifically of the warlord candidates, not of the entire town.
I'm sorry, how many do you think people rock around with individual granaries?
They might have
You are-
collective
you-
grain. You know that those are a thing.
We are starving out the town. We have accepted this.
Okay.
Yes. So, aside from that, we went around the town and tried to find a place to stay, where you met the owners of the owner of the Bronze Bitch. The Bronze Bitch, being a sister to the, if I remember correctly, Bronze Lady. Hoping I got that right.
Maiden.
Yes.
Yep. We did not
Not
meet the
maiden.
owner,
It was
though, I
not
don't think.
needed.
Is
You
it
did
not
meet the owner
maiden?
of the
I thought it was a maiden.
Not
You
the
did not
bronze bitch.
No.
not of the Bronze Bitch. You met the owner of the Bronze Lady. You've not slept a night yet, so you're yet to meet the owner of the Bronze Bitch.
Yeah. We might apparently. We were also given some rules for the bronze bitch. Oh my god! I actually wrote down the numbers for the pricing. It is 2 copper a night per. No, that's for the bronze bitch. Never mind.
Anyway,
Uh, 2 gold a room per night. Apparently, yeah.
but you cut down that cost.
We did,
So-
yes. I don't
so-
remember how much I cut it down. So, oh well.
I don't remember. So,
Like down to 1.
you
I think
met
so, yeah.
you met both the owner and this tavern's or inn's version of Urn. It's becoming a theme amongst taverns in the north that they all have some weird and wacky creature
Good.
in their kitchen. The
Just like
question,
it should be.
Thankfully, the question is answered as to whether or not the ooze owns the tavern, and it is a resounding no. Aside from that,
But he could.
Good. But he doesn't. Aside from
Follow your
that,
dreams.
when going up to the room itself, you were met by discovering several trinkets hidden around the room. One of which was a sigil carved into the bedpost by the Carmine Crown, an organization that Joffrey has had dealings with.
Oopsie.
It appears to be a prophecy of some kind, the words of which are in the campaign BC chat, and were supposedly spoken by Malak, or Malak, however you want to say that. Aside from that, you resolve to split off in your groups to go and do one of 2 things. 2 of you, Joffrey and Derry, were to go to the Silence and investigate and see what you could find there. And the other 2, because Spitzer was feeling EP and decided to sleep the day away,
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Did I cut out at all just then?
Yep. You cut out a little bit.
Okie doke. Well, tell me if I
Spencer was
do.
EP.
Spicer was EP. Yeah, okay. I don't know what happened then. But regardless of the matter, the other two decided to go and talk, being Phineas and
Were they now?
Serenthus go to. Yeah, they decided decided to go talk to Helena and Hanzu, these upcoming warlordies, for lack of a better term. Now, couldn't find Helena because you were told she frequents. God, words are all over the place today.
What
Oak
an
End.
interesting locale.
I know. It's it's in between Westgate and Oak End, that little side street called Oak End at night. So instead, you went to Old Identity to the abandoned theater. Well, abandoned is now the wrong word to use, but shit theater, and talked to Hanzu, who, while being relatively upfront about what he wants, was also still slimy and conniving and a little bitch. And he asked that you kill Helena. Just kind of out of the blue, just a little like, hey, my name's Hanzu, your name is X. I want you to kill this woman for me.
Okay,
Based
but imagine if
The
she asks
Chad
us to
grind
kill
said,
him.
ask random passerby to kill your political
If he
rival.
does, we can kill them both and collect on both bounties.
You recognizing the Bethesda influence here?
Ugh.
I've never played a Bethesda game. I am
Good.
free and pure.
Not that.
You are
Eh,
ignorant and
maybe.
easily used.
Oh my god.
But aside from that, both Joffrey and Derry decided to go toward the Silence. From there, you met this shifter on the docks. You did not get the name of them, but he cleared out the surrounding people on the docking for you guys for a price, and you managed to steal away an hour aboard the ship to investigate. Now, while going through the place, you discovered that the ship had numerous bits of false cargo. Docking ledgers gone missing or changed or altered, and several item weights didn't really match their description. When you went down to the second deck, or onto the lower deck, one of them, you went toward the map table. But before you could, you were met out with a hissing, biting voice who demanded, by what right do you disturb the silence? Is there any questions?
Nope.
No.
Why does God hate me?
Why do you keep saying that?
I need to know. I need answers.
So, if there's no questions, we'll jump right in. So, as we leave
Just
off,
Serenthus.
no.
No,
As we
I'm
leave
getting,
off
I
with
don't know,
that,
I'm grabbing like brunch and Old Identity or something.
as we leave off with that final whispered question from this disembodied voice, it's still dark bar your light sources, and shadows seem to play across the wall. What are you guys doing? What would you guys like to do?
Want
Freak
to
the
see
fuck out.
where this fucker is.
As you look around, you can't see anything.
Where'd it come from?
All around you.
Joffrey
Oh.
would like to try and hold perfectly still,
Okay.
as though becoming a mannequin. Just to hopefully avoid any wrath.
That's right. Gary can deal with it.
Absolutely. um,
Not even gonna ask me for a stealth check. I just get away with it.
You don't need to ask you for a stealth check if stealth is impossible.
Oh. No, that's different.
suppose Joffrey, you hear in your head, I just not freak out and not move and
And nothing bad.
and exactly.
So
You said it came from all around me.
all around.
all around us?
Effectively, imagine the actual ship talking to you.
Mm.
Don't like that.
I attempt to move, but very quietly.
As you go to move across the boards, it's almost unnerving how much your steps fail you when every board beneath your boot creaks. Answer, lest you face wrath.
Can Joffrey communicate in Derry's mind back, or is it one
Yeah,
way?
we're connected.
Okay. What the fuck do we say?
I say,
Hey, we're the Golden Girls. We're just here.
What's up,
we're the
demons? It's your boy.
milkshakers. Did you know that if you take some milk or cream and you mix it in a bowl inside ice,
Hey, Pokemon fans, did you know?
um, I it at first I wasn't certain if this voice just wanted us to not say anything, but it's asking again. So I say out loud, call me Derry.
And by what right do you disturb the silence?
Someone let us on here.
Yes, shift the blame.
You want us
Excellent.
to leave?
Always kind of pauses at your
Shit, I
question.
didn't think about that.
Like, honestly, from what you can glean with your passive insights, yeah, I didn't think about that.
You kinda got me in a bind here.
Which crewmate let you on? None of them remain.
A shifter individual on the outside who is guarding this vessel?
There are no beastmen on the crew.
Well, and I'm gonna take over the table. I am taking a stab at guessing that we are talking to the ship. Wait, can I? Does it really seem like I'm talking to the ship, or does it seem like this could be some kind of like magic bullshit where someone's like,
I would very much like to know this
Pretending.
too, like an Arcana check to see if this is coming from the ship.
can I
you
can I
don't want
think
it.
about this for just a moment?
Sure, sure. Roll me an Arcana check. You don't want it to be a case of like the set like the Dark Brotherhood behind the hidden door being like, take off your clothes.
That is a
Wait.
unless I was not supposed to roll.
You can both roll.
Okay, I got a 17.
I'll say you can both roll because you can easily communicate this to one another without having to actually speak aloud.
Yeah, and and I still have my enhanced ability up for intelligence, so advantage is a 21 total.
God damn.
Okay, 21 and 17. So there are several means by which to leave behind, um, effectively like a presence where you can communicate through. However, in this case, it genuinely seems as if you are talking to the ship itself. Your eyes cannot pick out, well, with your light source, you cannot pick out any shapes because neither of you have dark vision, and there's been no sound of movement. And regardless of whether someone could throw their voice or not, there would be no way on a ship like this to make it feel and seem as if it's coming from all around you. So most likely it's the ship.
Oh, so that's why they gag their crew members. The ship's
Uh,
got auditory processing issues.
Yeah, you're overstimulating
Derry,
it.
Derry hears in his head, if all else fails, I will cast Shatter and attempt to sink this vessel.
You hear back. Keep that one on the table.
You
And
booked it.
I say out loud, fuck, wait, what was the last question again? Oh, right. It commented on the fact that
No
there's no
beastmen.
shifter on the, yeah. I say, we or say oh, that's why I asked. I say you appear to be stuck without a crew, and we're trying to investigate the best way to remedy that problem as soon as possible. We weren't
Make
quite
a
aware of the.
deception or persuasion check, depending on whether or not you're lying to it. You're gonna have to tell me so I know what I'm rolling against.
Yeah, my deception is better, but I think
Please lie.
I
Please,
don't think
love
I'm
God.
totally lying. I don't think I'm totally lying. It's the thing.
Okay, make me a persuasion check then.
That is a not great, but not bad. 14 total. Maybe we can help each other out.
Is gone. I am what remains. You cannot help me.
Why not?
Don't see any gear upon you that shows you are a fighter.
That is
You
correct.
little men cannot fight against a castle.
I am a spellcaster, my good ship. I don't need to fight a castle. I can blow it up.
Sorry, the absurdity of this is getting to me.
This is really fucking absurd. But Joffrey is playing it straight.
Yeah, and as am I, and there's more ways to
I don't want to get eaten
get a
by a
crew
boat,
back then.
please.
Effectively, the grounds you should tread on and imagine what might happen if you fuck up here. Remember the movie Monster House?
No, 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 no,
Hell yeah.
no, no.
Oh no!
You
No, no,
can't
no, no,
do
no,
this to
no,
me.
no! Not allowed!
I
Dear
say we're
God.
not alone. It's just the two of us for now, but we have friends. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
I know the metaphor of what you speak. What is
strength
it
of
you've
arms
been
isn't-
wanting?
What'd you say? Sorry.
What is it you'll be wanting?
Information.
We're trying to figure out precisely what happened here to sort out a misunderstanding between the crew and, well, someone here they may or may not have wronged.
There was no misunderstanding. The fat man came, the fat man went.
Gross.
Well, that's a problem that needs to be sorted out. We're here to try to figure it out.
We understand that it might not seem that important to a vessel, but to us landfolk it is quite important. Does it actually fucking stutter?
It does. Again, so here's what I'll say. This ship talks. The majority of the crew, but not the captain, are gagged for every one of their voyages. Probably doesn't have a lot of experience actually talking to people.
The socially awkward
Autism
boat
boat.
that eats you if you try to talk to it.
Autism boat!
It really is.
I'm so mad that I didn't go on the fucking boat like this wouldn't. God damn it. Don't I get to talk to the autism boat?
Crew is taken up to the castle.
Correct. We are trying to determine whether or not they are guilty or innocent. If there are any details that were missed.
Guilty.
Well, I mean, what other source would be more authoritative than the very vessel that the events happened on? It's not a joke, Derry. Would there be a greater authority in this situation?
Something tells me that
Does this count as a witness?
Something tells me that getting the testimony of a ship may not be the best idea. And
I don't
if
understand.
we're to help you, the silence, we're going to need some more specifics.
The warlord offered obeisance or death. Captain Henrik killed him.
I'm gonna be real, Chief. I did not comprehend what you just said.
I'm getting most of
It's
it.
all good.
But it's a little tricky.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The warlord offered obeisance or death. Captain Henrik killed him, and I'll write that name in the chat.
Captain Henry.
I see. Can I roll insight?
Sure.
+2,
High DC,
baby.
because you can't actually tell if they're like you're going off of voice alone here, unless you wish to judge how the lanterns sway.
Oh my fucking god, that's a natural 20 for a 22.
Hell yeah.
You're lucky I got a natural 20 for a 21.
Oh my god.
Well,
Um, it's it's not it's not telling the truth fully, which is obvious. There's more to the story than just that probably happening.
surely there's more to the story than that. Any past confrontations, any behind closed doors spats, anything like that, or
We are carrying cargo that the whole of the North wants. They will not get it.
oh, the warlord was onto your smuggling. I see. So the captain killed the warlord because they would have had no other choice.
Seems
Well,
like it.
do you know what was being smuggled?
No.
May we investigate it?
Fine.
Thank you very much. You hear in your head, Derry, let's get this done and get the fuck out of this scary ass ship.
You hear back, looks like we have its permission for now.
That's right. Go crawling around through its innards.
Mm.
It said fine.
It gave us
consent.
permission. It wouldn't lie again.
Why would you falsely give consent for something like, come on,
It's not
Yeah,
like
that's just
we'd be
weird.
walking into the stomach.
be rude.
I've just realized I've accidentally made the ship complicit in being a drug mule.
I say out
mean,
loud,
oh well.
let us know if we're getting into some place you'd rather us not go, but we'll be quiet.
I love this game. All right. So I will assume you are going just straight to the storage hold, or cargo
First,
hold, rather.
Joffrey makes an awkward bow of respect. Then he goes for the storage hold.
I would
See,
like to take a look at this map table.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Joffrey, with you bowing, considering that it's the ship you're bowing to, it could be interpreted as you showing your ass to it.
No, no, it's like a curtsy. Shut the fuck up.
All right. So the
Get
actual
monster
map.
housed. Too late.
Joffrey's just the one dude that started a movie with his kite.
No.
Right. So the map itself, it is a map of Craquias'mar.
Okay.
It's obviously cannot track the flight patterns of the risen cities, the ones that are actually flying. But by and large, it appears to hold majority of information upon this map. including several towns and whatnot that are interspersed that potentially the captain or some other such member, the map maker, had a hand in visiting once upon a time. With that being said, you do see that the actual supply routes were it appears to be a long journey, though that is more of a secondary measure. The first journey appeared to go straight from Comering to Port Asabron. If you look at the world map, it's effectively the top left to bottom left in that little inlet. One second.
Say those names again. Sorry.
Comering to Port Asabron.
Both
However,
of the
Yes.
port cities. The
western side, yes.
yes.
I'm
Now,
running to port. I'm so sorry.
Acerbron. Acer Bron.
The
Bron.
West Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Now-
the first journey.
Well, it appears to be like the first proposed journey. The actual route has been marked off, and they appear to have actually gone a different way. From Comering up around the coastline northward, apparently all the way around clockwise around the continent to Port Asabron, which would take them, honestly, by ship,
Long time.
several months. Yeah, it's a while. There's no listed
The
reason.
east by sailing
There's,
west.
there's only so many sea shanties.
I know.
And they can't even signal.
There's no listed reason as to why they took such a measure. That appears to be the actual journey, considering they're now stopped in Adensi.
Is is there anything I could glean from having the ledger that might like explain or give like some hint as to why they've gone the other way, or is it just like this is weird?
It's more so this is weird. Potentially there's other stuff around the ship you could try and find, but you might be
Okay.
risking the monster ship having a problem.
Okay.
There
Is
appears
this
to be something in my stomach.
is this all that we can glean from the map?
All that you can glean from the map for now, yes.
Okay.
Neither of you are
George?
experienced navigators. Sorry.
It burns.
Experienced.
Does anyone have
right.
any Pepto Bismol?
I am very acidic, yes.
Got some Tums with me.
Now,
Drop for yours
no, we
instead.
don't have Pepto-Bismol in
George?
the UK.
Yeah.
Storage it is.
Yeah.
So- Don't John Wick me.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm
To-
back. I'm gonna die. I'm sorry. I'm gonna die here.
Get Monster Housed again.
Yeah.
All right.
Then perish.
Hold on. Let me just annoy Luna real quick. Vosvidonyu. Now,
Do you want me to place an ancient Russian curse on you? I can do that.
I'm already cursed
Shut
with how
up,
my
Curse
You
of
want
Ra.
another one?
I want Prince of Egypt, me bitch. So as you go
I
down
feel
to
like that's racist.
the
Anyway.
cargo, what? It's the fucking movie I'm talking about.
What do I
Now.
find?
As you go down to the cargo hold, both of you, you do in fact see that the majority of it is stored in crates and chests and the like, with what appears to be a holding rig, like a prison bay, in the center of it all. And there is indeed a body in the actual cell. It's a humanoid form, pale skin, and kind of lank, once blonde, now just kind of yellowish, straw-like hair hanging limply down their face as their arms are chained up either side of them, forming a Y shape from where they kneel.
Who the fuck are you? Are you the captain's gimp?
There's no response.
Do they appear to be dead?
You're not there. Unless you came down with me.
I mean, I'm down there with you.
Oh,
I would,
shit.
Yeah.
I would assume we've both gone down together.
So, they do. As you take a closer look at them, they do in fact appear to be dead.
I try the
Anyway.
door.
The door itself does open. You pull it, and it comes swinging out with this kind of awful sound. It definitely needs oiling, and the body inside does not move. And you can kind of get the suspicion that if if this was some undead trick, it probably would have acted by now. So you're probably safe for the most part.
What was that
I
about?
trust you
Undead
completely,
trick?
DM.
Why would you even bring that up? None of us were thinking that.
Yeah, none of us asked about
I
that.
was.
Anyway, I trust you completely.
I was
I
too,
will.
I was thinking about that.
Well, the captain's gimp is dead.
Stop. You know what that means.
I know exactly what that means. A common mistake forgetting to feed one's gimp.
I say, in your head, let's catch this on the way out.
Alright. Goodies, goodies, goodies. As Javi just kind of rubs his hands together. And, remembering, rather than having to re-look it up, he's going to head towards the, wine. And look for the heavy wine.
Absolutely.
Wine barrels, I believe it
yeah.
was.
Yes. So, amidst the wine barrels, you kind of tilt them, feel the actual liquid slosh within, and move throughout them, trying to find ones that would be heavier than what they suggest. It doesn't take you long. After about 6 or so barrels or casks, however you wish to determine them, you tilt one, and while you feel liquid move within it, there's less liquid. It's almost like, best way I can describe it is like a heavy weight at the bottom of it.
I think we found our barrel. Give me a hand tipping this over.
Yeah. I think I've got a crowbar.
Yeah. Alright. So I guess we both flip it over.
Yeah, well, we'll try to open it, right? Open it
You want
and
to open
get
it?
looking.
Yeah, absolutely. With your crowbar, it's easy work. Just pop off the top. And inside, there is this kind of dark amber liquid. If you wish to take a taste of it, you can, or you can
We
just dump
turned
it
it
all
on
out.
its head.
Well, you're opening it first. I'm assuming. If you,
I-
I'm just saying, if you want to taste it beforehand.
Let's not dump it out quite yet.
Yeah, I was.
Do it. Taste the weird liquid. Do it.
I was.
I didn't say what I have light cast on. It's probably like I don't know, grab the trinket or something from the captain's cabin
Yeah,
or
that's fine.
whatever. I will bring that close and see if I can use the light to see what is inside the wine, weighing it down as we both look in.
It appears to just be the bottom of the barrel.
I'd like to cast and send in the mage hand.
Okay. So, as you push the mage hand down, it eventually reaches the bottom,
And
and then you, yeah.
sorry, I just wanted to see if it would meet a bottom that is a bit higher than it should be.
Well, as you look and check it, it is indeed higher than it should be.
What you got?
A false bottom. I think we should take a closer look. But first, and he pulls out a cup and takes some of the wine. Let's not have it all go to waste.
As you pull out like a small like cup and put it inwards and take a sip, it's not wine.
Oh no.
It appears to be colored water.
That is quite possibly the weakest
How's the-
vintage I have ever tasted. So weak, in
How's the
fact, that
bouquet?
it's just water. It's not even
Oh.
wine. They couldn't even get wine. I'm greatly disappointed. Actually,
Let's dump it out then.
actually,
So,
we should ask for consent. Excuse me the silence. May we pour out this colored water?
Do as you please.
There we go. Rather not have to ask for forgiveness. Now we pour it.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
this is a boat in water, so I feel like it would be okay with some of
But
that,
on the
but
inside, it's so disrespectful.
it's worth asking.
That's
It's
what
very thoughtful of you, actually.
I know, it's so out of character, but it's also brought on by fear.
True.
So, as you pour it out, and I bet you can indeed open the false bottom.
All right,
As you
cool.
pry it open, it is packed with sand. So there appears to be several parcels within.
Sand for packing, and keep multiple parcels from jostling around, making a sound. I would like to pull one open. With the mage hand. I'll do it with the mage hand.
Absolutely.
In case it's a bomb.
So, there
Step
are
back a little
there appears
bit.
to be six tightly packed packages, and 3 of them are larger and at the base, and there's 3 on top. If you'd like to open the 3 on top, you certainly can. Pull them out with the mage hand. Here's to hold almost like packed powder, packed sand.
Oh, cocaine, sweet!
If you would like
Um,
to, you can open.
Sorry,
I-
just for posterity's sake, how many parcels are there?
6.
6.
3 large, 3 regular.
I really want to avoid rolling a medicine check as long as possible. Can I roll history to see if there are any historically popular drugs that are powders?
Well, if you want to open them, I'll tell. Derry could probably tell you outright.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Open it up. Open it up.
It appears to be a
Like it's rolling
powder of
paper.
some sort.
Do I know what this is?
As you open it up, it appears to contain this kind of brown, granular, glittering powder. Derry, you know it as sood. It's a drug that gives you a very good high, though it has the potential for those with weaker fortitude to fall unconscious after inhaling.
Can we get the name of that?
Sood, absolutely.
Jeffrey just looks up from snorting it. So what was it? No.
Oh my god.
No,
If you wanna snort it, you
no,
can.
No, he did not.
You could.
Yeah.
It's a higher con save
Yeah.
if you snort it as opposed to smoke it. Say that.
Say, yeah, this is
Eat it like the cinnamon
Yeah.
challenge.
cinnamon challenge. Can you eat a tablespoon of sood?
Oh my god.
You can if you want.
But should you?
Give me your
All
information.
right. Say,
So Derry,
Yeah.
you'd know that in order to actually obtain the benefits of Sood, you would have to the easiest way to do it is to smoke it. If you want to
Mhm.
snort it or eat it, you know that the risk of actually death is much more likely.
right.
Full fiction, people. Never snort meth.
It's true. I say, okay. How about we leave? It's a risk, you see.
What
We leave
is
it here, then it's sued.
Oh, finally, I was waiting to get my No.
Long last.
I've been fiending
Well, I will say this,
for
Derry,
some
you would
nose
know that
candy.
Sood is amazing for spellcasters, as it grants an access to a meta magic option.
Oh shit.
Maybe we should take some with us, Joffrey.
Oh yes, we can definitely peddle it off.
Here's the
Which is probably
Here's
what
the
they were
trouble.
going to do on their transcontinental voyage.
I'm going to assume, DM, that this is absolutely super mega ultra illegal.
A warlord got killed over it.
Sorry, what was the question?
This is super mega ultra illegal, right?
Yeah, and extremely lucrative if you can smuggle it. Effectively, Dari, what you're looking at here is tens of thousands in gold.
Just what we have right here.
We haven't even
These three parcels, yeah.
we haven't even
What
opened
you're
Jesus.
these
looking,
others.
yeah, what you're looking at is effectively 1 second, because I need to actually um mm, I need to do the pounds thing. Kilograms, pounds. Across the board, across all three of these parcels, you are looking at
So those are, sorry, just to clarify, those are the big parcels of the
smaller
oh,
ones.
gotcha.
You're looking at 45 kilograms across these three, or 99 pounds of it.
Holy
shit.
shit! What?
That's what
For this
so tens
one
of-
barrel's worth.
This one barrel's worth, yes.
Holy fuck!
And they had 20 of these barrels.
Yes.
Now, Derry,
So
I'm not normally one for turning our group into a bunch of drug dealers and actively worsening communities, but this is a lot.
I will say this. This is like a high-end drug. If you're hoping to retain...
yeah, this is high profile shit.
If you're hoping to retain profits by selling them to people lesser off, you're gonna have to cut it with something. I can't believe I'm saying this. See, usually I'm prepared for like my party members wanting to snort it, not to actually sell it.
Well,
You
see,
were
here's
ready
the
for
thing.
Joffrey.
I have no use for this. I'm like,
No, you.
Here's the
if
thing,
you,
though.
I will say this:
Joffrey's
if you
not
if you
stupid
smoke
enough to
if you,
taste
if
his
you
own
smoke
product.
if you smoke more of it, you can gain access to actual spell casting.
yeah, but Serenthus wouldn't do it for the spell casting.
Snort enough.
Anyway.
Snort enough to get to
No.
9th level spell,
Okay.
cast Wish. Wish that you wouldn't die from all of the health effects that you're about to suffer.
So,
Throw some more. Rinse and repeat.
Okay, hold on.
so you
all
still
right.
have the three large actual parcels.
Yeah, so I have a couple questions. One. The shifter.
Yes.
How what is their like position in terms of the ship? Like were they like staring right at it, or are they like just kind of
Yeah.
in the vicinity?
No, they're pretty much staring right at it.
Okay. There he says, "Listen, this could make us.
I know.
It could also absolutely break us."
Derry,
I know.
do you remember what I told you not hours ago about my relationship with the Carmine Crown?
A little bit, yeah.
You know I'd go for something like this. No, but in all seriousness, we should probably not touch any of this. It's best that we don't get involved with the drug trade. As Joffrey just kind of repacks the one he opened. I mean, come on. I already ran away from the Carmine Crown to come all the way north. I don't need to leave the continent behind.
It's wise. How big is a smaller parcel?
Small parcel, about a laptop in size.
It's considering I'm using my laptop here.
That is, oh god. Like, I'm sorry, y'all don't even have to take a full package. Y'all could break it out
No.
and like take a bit. You could do that. I'm
Well,
just
you've not opened
saying.
the three
We
larger ones
have-
yet. If you would like to try.
So we have the motivation as to why our dear captain decided that the warlord needed to die. I mean, this is one barrel, Derry.
Would you like to open the larger packages before you forget, by the way?
No, I was going to get to those.
Okay, no.
So it doesn't seem like any of them will be proven innocent. Even if the crewmen didn't know, they are most certainly complicit in the drug trade and the murder of a warlord.
Yes.
But we did get more information about it.
We have technically fulfilled our end of the contract.
Now, I want to make sure there's no blank spaces left, so let's open one of the bigger ones.
Absolutely.
And he will do that with the mage hand.
Absolutely. So you open it, and it appears to be a waterproof wrapping over an actual crate itself. That's probably why the actual crate was so heavy. Inside one of these packages, stacks upon stacks of these rectangular bits of green slate. You two, as spellcasters, and as people who might be involved in such activities, or at least the want of such activities, would recognize this as residuum. Refined residuum.
Damn it.
Now, refined residuum, and I will say this to you quite happily, is about per pound of it, about 500 gold. And there's, across these 3 large packages, probably dozens.
Derry, are you a
And-
betting man?
I want to say this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This much residuum is never needed. It's only needed, and you two would know this, if you are trying to conduct a ritual of some kind. It requires an extensive amount of magical power, as this can supplement actual spellcasters in such a ritual.
Derry, are you a betting man?
I'm on the fence about that right now.
Well, obviously we're going to take some. Obviously. What I meant to say
Yeah.
was, how much do you want to bet this had something to do with our weird cave friends?
That is a connection that I was not too interested in entertaining.
It's not entirely the, the, the plot. You hopefully conveyed the information to me. They were going across the whole continent, yes.
Yeah.
Now, theoretically, there's 2 options. One, this is entirely unrelated. They were going to sell it off bit by bit or all at once to somebody else, doesn't matter whom. Or 2, the reason that they changed their route is because they wanted to come up north to here for this. Regardless, we're not going to get any answers unless we were able to interrogate the captain, which doesn't seem like an easy prospect to entertain.
Well, I'm gonna guess that there's a little bit of uncertainty as to who's in charge around here right now.
It's amazing that... No, not amazing. The authorities very clearly did not have any suspicions about smuggling. They would have easily have found this otherwise. We did it in
The warlord
no
kept
time.
it to himself.
The warlord is in a corpse, and they must not have spoken with it. Otherwise, they would have asked why the captain did what he did. And then, oh, there's things being smuggled, got to go check that out, so... Whatever leads they've bothered to follow have not led them here like it did us. Or they're preserving it because they're in on it, but who knows?
Well, if someone was really in on this who had any ability to do anything, I think it would be a little bit harder to get in here.
Well, there is the ship. Very clearly a keen ear or intruders. Well,
Let's run this by some of our allies.
I think that would be wise. How much time do we have left, DM?
Yeah, what's the
By this
how's the
point,
clock feeling?
I'd say by this point you've probably got like 20 minutes or so.
Oh,
It's
yeah, we got time.
again, it's not. Yeah, like it's a large vessel, but it's not like a fucking cruise ship. It's you reasonably and within the areas you've explored. It's not taking you too long.
Well, I think on moral grounds, we cannot allow all this residuum to remain here. We should take a significant
agree.
enough portion so that whatever ritual they were planning simply does not have enough materials to be conducted.
It is an extremely morally upright thing to do. And I am with you.
Precisely. Alright, get your bag out. Start pouring the
Oh
slates
my
into my
God.
bag.
Okay. So I'll say this: you can both add. We'll say each actual slate rectangle is half a pound. You can both add, I would say, to your backpack reasonably without like suspicion. 20 each.
Yeah.
20 half-pound slates.
No, no.
Or
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. 20 half-pound slates, so effectively 10 pounds worth.
How do we create
Okay.
custom inventory items?
I can probably actually add it considering I have the wild mount shit. So let me just check real
Okay.
quick. Residue.
Cool.
No, it's not there. Okay. So when you
I
go
can
to your
distract
actual
myself.
inventory, add equipment, yeah, add custom item, and just go from there.
Add custom
Actually, wait.
item.
You could actually, reasonably speaking, I'd say you can probably add 25.
Ooh.
So that would be
50 total?
50 total. You can divert that how you wish. So what would that be in terms of every
How
half?
do you
So
spell
two.
residual?
Yeah, one sec. Do copy. Put in campaign VC. There we go. Spelling. I need to do math. So 2 is 1 pound,
Yes.
and you can fit effectively 50 across you guys totality. How many pounds is that?
Wait, hang on. Each is half a pound?
Yeah.
25 pounds.
Yeah, so okay, 25 pounds total. You can spread that out as you wish.
Yeah, so 25 each.
Sure.
No, the total is 25 pounds.
What's 25? 25 divided by
Well,
2
then just okay.
is 12
If you
point.
want to spread it evenly, each takes 25 of the tablet.
Okay.
And
So
I'll tell you how
Yeah.
much
the total weight would
that would
How
be
be.
big are these
the total
tablets, by
weight
the way?
would be 50 pounds with 25 slates divided between the two of us.
No, the
No, they
total
weigh half
weight
a pound
is
each.
Okay, 1 second. 25 divided by 2. So you both, but so if you divide it in half, both of you are effectively taking 12 and a half pounds each.
So
God, I hate
13 slates each.
oh, 25 slate. The total, okay.
It's just
All right.
times 2 and
This is
divide
like
by
one of the
2s. This is
yeah.
Okay, hang on. So,
25 slates each, 12 and a half
one
pounds.
slate is
There we go.
0.5 pounds. 50 slates then is 25.
Yeah, so you can both take 25 each is 12.5 pounds.
oh, fuck.
If it's half down the middle. This is like one of those math questions in a fucking exam.
I know, right?
Hate. This is why I don't do ever the weight of items.
Yeah, in that
You've
I hate
brought this
encumbrance
upon
because of this.
yourself.
So cringe. I'm taking 12 pounds worth because I am at my limit.
You can add a fucking half a pound more.
We don't
Shut
use encumbrance.
up.
Okay.
Just yeah, you're fine.
We
You're fine.
eyeball it.
I will tell you if you can't carry it. Okay.
Okay.
Like, I think last campaign, Austin wanted to try and take like a dragon tooth
Yeah.
that was the size of his forearm, and I was like, that's too heavy.
Okay, fantastic. Let's make a quick look at the corpse in the cell
What do
and
you give for speak with dead?
beat a retreat.
Yes, let us investigate our dead compatriot.
So, as you move toward the corpse and enter the cell itself, reasonably speaking, they look as if they've died r- recently, though their body is set, and there are several old, what look to be stab wounds upon their person.
28 step.
Close enough.
Is there like blood pooled around them, or is it like
No, no. They look as if they've. So, from the smell and from the look, they look as if they've died recently, but the actual stab wounds themselves look extremely old. And as you get closer, you see on their back, carved in, is the symbol for the Carmine Crown.
Oh, fuck.
Joffrey, if you'd like, you can roll me a history or arcana check.
Oh?
oh
16 plus 7, 23.
So, sending stones are convenient.
Oh my god.
But for the Carmine Crown, it was much more convenient for them, considering they don't really need to carry sending stones, to have effectively totems for which they could just message one another through without a word limit.
What?
The reason why the body both looks new, like freshly and dead, and both as if it's died years ago, is because it is enchanted to be that way. It probably did die years ago, but no one likes the smell of a rotting corpse.
Nobody likes corpses, except for Joffrey. And I guess the Carmine
So yeah,
Crown.
you effectively recognize it as the best way I can describe it is a sending totem.
Well, I guess I should give it a listen. And I will do as I did with the symbol in the inn. I will do a little bit of arcane zappy zap, middle finger from the top to the bottom.
Did you do this? It's not a playback message. What instead you receive is almost like a spoken thought at the forefront of your mind. Who do you wish to send to?
Derry just kind of watches Joffrey freeze for a moment, not say anything, not really move before he lowers his hand and he just walks away hoping it expires so he doesn't actually have to fulfill it.
Typical action costs after about 6 seconds, it expires.
It's literally like getting to
He just
voicemail and just putting the phone down and walking away.
he just walked back to the door, waited for that presence to leave. Okay. So that message was already played. I don't know who, but I could have made my own message, which would have been dumb. I don't want to do that. So,
I think we have some information.
I think it's
We might be able to.
I think it's reasonable to assume that our dear captain was in league with the Carmine Crown.
Or at the very least, well, I was going to say at the very least working for them, but depends on how in league that is.
Precisely. So, I am more fucked than I thought I was. Wonderful.
You think they've got a bit of a foothold here?
Oh yes. This is one of their places of operation. They have a symbol in the inn. They brought this with them. This is this is going to be my grave if we don't get this done fast. I think we should leave, and quickly, and cover up our tracks.
I agree. Well, think we found what we came here for. Um, DM, can I use any of our remaining time trying to figure out where this key that I got from the captain's diary might go?
Certainly. As you move around the actual ship itself, I would like you to roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Just looking for
Still
any
with
place that might
advantage.
have hidden compartments, a place that might seem a little more secret.
Absolutely.
That was not incredible. That is a 13.
13. Um, Unfortunately, as you move around, can't quite find anything that offers a need of a key, which
Uh,
in itself is an odd occurrence.
as I'm searching, can I reach out with my mind to the silence?
Sure.
It is specifically one creature you can see. I don't know if this ship counts as a creature, but I will try.
Mm, say, roll me a D100.
Okay. 38.
38. Uh, yeah, you can try.
I say to it, quick question for you. Would you happen to know where the captain's key went to?
I don't even have a head. How does this work?
The captain's key went for use on the captain.
What?
Captain's
The
key went for
captain's
use
key.
on the captain?
Yeah, effectively, if you're dialing it back, the captain's key is for use on the captain himself. As to what that means, you have no fucking clue.
I ask, should we try to get him his key?
Tough decisions.
This is why I
Give the
didn't want
key.
people to talk to me.
Give the key to the captain. Unlock what's within. Don't live in ignorance.
That's just mean.
Oh, he's speaking in my head.
I know
It's
that was
speaking in
that
my
was
head.
me. That's just
Okay.
me. Now I want to go.
Thank you. I think we'll be going now.
Yeah.
We'll try to come back with your crew.
Was that K in character?
Yeah.
No, it was not.
I
So,
think we'll be leaving now. Bye.
Marge, home is not good for you.
so as you,
Let's try to beat a
uh,
discreet
yeah,
retreat.
absolutely. Are you heading back to the tavern? The shifter outside doesn't appear to give you much. You were well within your time limit.
I
Do
don't
what you
say
please.
shit to him.
Neither does
Um,
Joffrey.
yeah, we'll probably go back to the tavern and wait to see what happened with the other party.
Absolutely. And I will ask this of Serenthus. Is there anything you want to do? Because the Hanzu's gone. He's
Oh, yeah, no.
vanished.
And with, whatchamacallit? One second. Write something down real quick. Okay, yeah, and with Helena, we were, like, told that she generally congregates in the evening, so there's no point. Um, I'd say no. However, um, once we're kind of done looking around, um, actually, okay, there's two things I want to. First off, generally, like while Finney's still walking around, I'd like to. I guess this would be an insight check. Could I try to like listen in on people's conversations in terms of what they're discussing about the candidates? Who seems to be leading? What is the arrangement?
I'll say as you're walking around, that'll be. I'll say that'll be a perception check with charisma, because like it's easy enough to listen to people. It's harder to.
Well, he'd probably like stop and make small talk occasionally. If
Yeah,
we
that's
should-
fine. So perception with your charisma modifier, and
Okay.
while you do this, I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Real pissing hours. That was fun. We didn't even have to
We didn't
blow
get
up the
monster
ship.
housed.
I would have shattered that shit so fast. Funny thing about
and
shatter,
then it would have like
much like guiding bolt, you don't need to see where you activate it.
I mean it's an area effect.
Well, specifically, it says
It's
a point of your
also
choice within range.
yeah. It also only does the vulnerability damage to objects made of glass, stone, wood.
Well, you'll never guess what the ship is made out of.
Yeah. It's not stone or glass.
Inorganic materials such as, but not limited to.
Oh, okay.
Such
Fair.
as
For example,
I
Okay,
have
I
very little
guess
interest
wood.
of
I
fighting the
guess
ship
wood would be
inside the ship.
organic.
also
Now that I
yeah,
think about it,
especially this wood. Fucking talk.
I guess technically the metal holding the ship together would be counted as inorganic.
I don't think would be enough. And besides,
The nails.
what
Shut
makes
up.
you think? What makes you think you'll be able to deal enough damage to fucking sink the monster ship before it eats you?
He wouldn't feed us to like a unbeatable, unescapable.
You sure about that? You sure he wouldn't feed you to a fucking ship?
Shocking grass.
uh. Autism. Sorry, just it's what it is. I'm right.
Well, we made it out alive. That's the
Yippee.
important.
You should have taken some of the sood. I'm just saying.
No. That is
Why not?
that is more terrible to have than just the residuum. Residuum you
I mean,
can
we probably
spoon
should have
away.
taken some of the suit. But
How are you gonna explain the quantity of residuum we have on us?
Tax evasion.
That's also illegal.
Not as illegal as
actually,
smuggling.
I'm not 100%
It's worse.
sure
True.
about what residuum does. I know it takes the place of like spell components
Yes.
by value, but
Can
does it do anything
well,
else?
I mean, what Willow said apparently can just like replace a spell cast. So effectively, you could have like, if you need several spellcasters for a ritual, you can, for example, use residuum instead of not just components but also spellcast.
Oh my god, I can do it too. How much? I don't do either of you remember how much he said this was worth per pound?
Did it not say
actually,
what
I
the
do
residuum
actually.
was worth?
Per
Or maybe
so
it did.
okay.
It's like
So he
500 a
did say
pound.
for the residuum, it is 500 a pound.
Ooh, I can. That's just a free casting of. Holy crap! I would have 13 or almost 13 castings of summon undead in that case.
Just counting the zombies.
25,000 gold potentially.
True.
Problem with extremely expensive things is that it's really hard to find a buyer.
Not with magic shops.
I mean, they're not as widespread. Remember?
Literally just
there's
have
like
to
I mean,
go.
if it's-
I stumbled upon some residuum in my travels. Ignore how refined it looks.
I mean, that's the real trouble. It's like finding someone who will buy it.
You know what?
And
For Joffrey, I would literally say he would literally say he looted it off a corpse.
Yeah, which I mean, like, it's understandable. If you're traveling, you like bump into I don't know, an overturned wagon. You look around it, you find a bunch of residuum. You go,
Now
well,
he would probably fail the
when in
deception
Rome.
check, but he would try to deceive.
Oh, we'd boost you. Don't worry. We'd help you out.
Got a friend in me.
we'll say if we need some deception, I've got some deception.
I've got some deception.
Got +9 to deception.
I have less.
I have plus.
I'd hope so.
I had to
Uh.
prioritize certain stats. Alas, I was gonna get a fucking. Oh no, sorry. I have like. How much do I have in this? I have +5 in.
+5 in what?
+5. 16 charisma, baby.
Hey. I also wasn't sure if we were going to play today because I couldn't remember what the lower limit of gamers was
What?
3.
because we have
So
2 people
3.
missing.
Yeah. 3 is the limit of gamers.
Holy fuck! That guy has a gallon for a bladder.
What?
Legend has it he's still pissing.
He fell in.
He might be taking a shit.
No,
Have you
no. Willow's been skibbity
considered
toileted.
that? No. I did
I can't-
just hear the toilet flush. She's probably
I can't
gonna
wait.
go down the
I
hill.
can't wait for him to unmute and we just hear skibbity.
Well, he's flushing the toilet because he has to make room for the rest of it.
Should
Like
really
your
start
footsteps.
using the. Oh my god,
They
r slash
approach.
sink pissers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, and the spell doesn't consume the material component, so I would still have the residuum after.
Oh god.
He should not have given us this. I don't think he
I
understands.
think we might get arrested for this.
We're probably gonna get fucked.
Probably. This is not gonna end
Absolutely.
well. Hi, Willow.
Hey,
Your drug trade will be short-lived.
we didn't get any drugs. No
The
drugs.
residuum trade. I mean, you
Residuum
could
is
probably
a
snort
perfect-
residuum.
Residuum is a perfectly normal resource to carry in vast quantities for spellcasters.
Absolutely. Residuum can also be used to refine sood.
Oh.
We don't have any suit on us.
But we could. I'm just saying.
So where did it go is what the authorities are going to ask.
We never had any, is what I'm going to say.
Make a deception check because you're lying is
I
what I'm
know.
going to
What
say.
the fuck?
What
Gonna
do
be
you
fine.
mean deception? That is the truth.
He's got 2 people, as in both me and Derry, who are good at lying. So, like, we'll be fine, I think.
Anyway, so
So-
what was that perception roll?
I didn't. Did I roll it? Did I mention a number?
You did not.
I roll it.
Okay.
Charisma modifier.
Ooh, nice. So that's gonna be 19 plus 3 from charisma plus 2 from proficiency plus 5. 24 total.
You're proficient in perception?
Oh, perception? Sorry. We were talking about deception. No. Minus 2, 23.
23.
Wait. No.
Yes.
22?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's 23. So. 22. Whatever.
No,
fuck.
it's 22. What the fuck?
Shush. All right. By and large, it appears to be an even split, which is disastrous. If it was a landslide in one way or the other, or at least tilted in someone's favor, this would probably go by a lot smoother. As it is, as you're walking back, you run across several arguments, 2 brawls, and 1 attempted stabbing, all over who should be the warlord of Adenti.
Yeesh. Okay. I'm gonna roll some. Okay. After a while, he's going to tell Phineas that he wants to really quickly check something out privately, and to make sure that Phineas departs to the inn, doesn't follow him, and is going to head to the Shadow Harbor district to see if the ship's there, and just from a distance, just kind of get a look at it, see what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it is not a particularly crazily long journey, and you do in fact see the ship in the distance. While you've never been aboard it, you have seen it at times. It's not the most infamous of the Patton family fleet, but it is recognizable.
Boy. Okay. Um, he does spend a couple of minutes just looking at it, but then does head back to.
Right, so eventually
Yeah,
you will
just-
coalesce. What's up?
Lunar's cutting out just a tiny little bit.
Oh no. Oh dear. Is this
Just a
better?
Sounds
teeny
fine
tiny bit.
for me.
Yes.
Is this better?
You're
Yes.
fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got thrown off by the fact that someone in this server has been playing Minecraft for the past 8 hours.
Holy.
Normal gamer
grind.
Staring at
behavior.
it.
Let us continue. They
It's been a while since I
probably
played
fucking
Minecraft. I need to hit that back up.
Also,
they're
on
probably
our way
sorry.
back, can we attempt to make sure that we get back as, I don't know, unseen as possible?
As unseen as possible. Sure. So I'll have what I had. I'll have you roll what I had Phineas and Cerinthus roll. You can roll stealth with your dexterity or charisma modifiers. Charisma is about effectively here. It would be blending into the crowds and making use of that, whereas stealth would actually be shadowed corners and alleyways and whatnot.
I have nothing in Dex, so
Hey man, you can. If you
Charisma
want
it
to roll stealth,
is.
by all means. Okie dokie. So roll me the stealth checks, please.
The Riz.
oh
Shut the fuck up.
no,
Ooh.
you first.
You know what? I'm gonna use my +1 from fucking campaign shit
Does
questions.
that still apply?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if I
It
answered
wasn't a week
those.
ago. It was a couple of days. Yeah.
Did I answer those?
Nope.
Can I answer them now to get the +1?
Nope.
Fuck.
So what's the
I'm
results for you
mad.
guys?
A total of 20 for charisma stealth.
9, which is
9.
accurate.
Okay. So, as you move toward the inn, the Bronze Lady, reasonably speaking, you can ascertain that you have not been followed. Whether or not you've been seen is another matter entirely that you're not certain of. You can all of you can make it back in reasonable time.
Great.
Unless you want to get drinks, I'm assuming you're going straight to the room.
Wait, the bar.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
If the bar area, or if there, I'm assuming it has a reasonably open bar area.
Yeah. So, waiting there, Stronthus, eventually you turn up.
Oh, there you are, you. Hello.
Welcome back from investigating the warlords, which I'm sure you did.
He just kind of looks around the fact that we are in a rather public space, looks back to Deer and
There's a
says,
decent amount of people. It's not like
and kind of just
Oh, is
blinks
this like super crowded or?
super crowded, but there's like a decent amount.
Okay.
as he says,
Welcome back from your outing.
yes, I take it yours went well, too?
For the first
Look at
time
Joffrey.
since you've met him, Joffrey gives you a full-toothed smile.
Is it like a genuine smile or like a nervous shit has gone very, very bad, we need help smile?
It is a genuine smile, which should terrify you if it's coming from Joffrey.
Jerry smiles with him.
We've
Samantha
got something.
kind of just looks at both of them and after a moment also smiles. fully revealing that effectively he has much sharper teeth than a normal humanoid would, and that you do notice that the smile stretches a bit further down his actual cheek.
Bitch, I'm half dragon. this, this means nothing.
Yeah,
Darius being
so Wendy's
outclassed
has
right now.
a generally humanoid face.
Well,
I think we
I
should
think
go to the room and talk.
absolutely. Shall we?
Yes.
Darius says, in your heads, or in, I can only do one person at a time. Oh, he says it out loud then. He says it out loud then. We might want to find a really good place to talk.
Room's kind of it, mate. Unless you,
Is the
Unless you
room
know
going to
something
be
we
big enough?
don't.
unless you know something the DM doesn't, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, so Darius, like, he doesn't know what, like we found like weird shit about our room. Like, he doesn't know what, like, if there's some bullshit going on. Like, I guess we've investigated it, but
Hey, completely valid fear.
Concern.
Yeah, fear.
I mean, where else would you suppose we go?
take a quiet walk.
Quite a bunch of people in the city. I don't know how good of an idea that. There's probably ears listening all around.
Well, if our room isn't good enough, then I doubt any place would be.
Actually, I mean, we could always check with the bronze bitch. They probably have less people.
Darius' eyes
As funny
widen.
as that is, because it
That's
is
a brilliant idea.
absolutely accurate. I don't want to pay for a room.
We won't be paying for a room. It is a tavern as well. They've probably got a bar. We can say that want a drink because the quality of the liquors in the Bronze Lady was not suitable.
All right. Well, should we not bring our other companions with us?
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do.
To the bitch.
To the bitch.
To the bitch!
The bitch.
Everybody in the
Okay,
bitch.
so as you you arrive at the bitch because we're not role playing you guys walking there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, we can have it where we're like, we're sitting in this nice, like, clean establishment, all sitting in like some
What, then the smash cut? Is
formation
that what
that's
you're trying to
recognized.
say?
Say what?
The smash cut?
Smash cut. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the exact same position, except everything's shitty. We're drinking out of shitty cups. It's probably not great, but here we are.
I'll say this. The barkeep is probably not one for that much talk at the bronze bitch. She
Perfect.
appears to kind of just want you to get the fuck out of her face as soon as possible. So just mark off if you want to get like a room, like because that you can hire a room just to talk. If you want to do that, you can get it for like 2 copper. But there is still people sitting around the actual bar.
I don't even have copper. I literally couldn't if I wanted to.
I believe I do.
Copper
I
two.
can pay. I'll pay.
Let's do it.
Where's my monies? There it is. So it's 2 copper for a room?
Two copper for like a drawing room, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
set.
He's going to he's gonna walk over to the bartender, hand over the 2 copper and say, "We would like a room not for the night, but to talk in private."
Sure. Private talks. Slides out a key.
Much
Room
obliged.
5.
How
We
good is the
go-
soundproofing?
I was wondering that. Like, does like thumping make it down here, or
She's, for what it seems to be, genuinely ignoring you.
onward?
This is gonna
This
tap
is the
the two of them and
service we
says,
deserve.
we'll figure it out.
To have raucous sound. I couldn't even finish the bit.
Smash go to the room.
Smash cut to the
Smash
room.
How bad is it?
How bad is it?
It-
Um,
It's
there
not
is
even
a
clear.
singular table. There is a singular table in the center, with what appears to be a extremely old pitcher of water in the center. There's no cups, and all the chairs appear to have some kind of rickiness to them. Several of them don't have all their legs at even lengths. But it's what you asked for.
It is 2 copper, so like, you know, Serenthus
check.
is going to try out like kind of like rock one of the chairs to and fro, and then is that effectively going to kind of crouch on it, carefully balancing so that it doesn't like move around even if he does.
There was no good time to ask this, but DM, the
What's up?
residuum can be used in place of spell components, yes?
Yes.
And if the spell does not consume components, is the residuum left intact?
Intact but unstable.
Oh no.
Interesting. I can't wait to sell bad residuum. Anyway, Joffrey will take a seat.
So I want
Oh
to say
my
this
God.
about the residuum real quick before we get to Derek.
Good one.
Effectively, residuum by itself is either meant to amplify spells, or it's meant to be utilized as actual components, replacements for them. By the residuum itself not being consumed by the spell, they are effectively left with latent arcane energy, and from there grow unstable rather quickly over time. What do you want, Derek?
I would like to investigate the room for just to make double sure that we're not being listened in on, or no one's like peeking in or whatever, some bullshit.
You're good. I won't make you waste a roll. You're good.
Okay. All right.
So we're kind of fucking loaded now.
Oh,
Oh,
were the loot was that good?
the silence was being used for smuggling. It was being used for smuggling, and it was transporting, at least in the brief barrel that we popped open, sood and residuum. We did not touch the sood because, personally, I don't care about the drug trade. That could be for other entrepreneurs. The residuum, however, we managed to grab a fair bit of.
Oh, wow, smuggling. Rather unexpected, but does make sense.
Also, please continue.
Sorry, DM.
So,
I'm assuming I would be familiar with Sood, right?
yep.
Could you remind me, as a player, what it does?
Okay. So this is brown suit. Effectively, brown suit gives you terrific high, provided you don't fall unconscious, and will give you access to 1 sorcery point and 1 meta magic option. My choosing. Continued consumption gives you access to randomized spells, which also leads to death.
Sense kind of just nodding along with what you're saying, and then kind of says, "Wait, hold on. You left just a bunch of Sood there?"
There was
That
a
is what I
lot
said,
of
yes.
suit.
We're
Could have grabbed a little bit.
whatever.
You have any
for.
idea how good that shit is?
I am well aware. Trust me, I've been to quite a few parties in Nerva. However,
I am also
Joffrey, you
aware.
didn't know that
he is lying.
I'm sorry.
He is, any passive
Lying about
insight
the
could just
parties.
tell that Joffrey is lying.
I know what suit is.
Kind
Aaron,
of
what does it do?
grimaces and then says, "No, you haven't.
I'm hip with the
Regardless.
kids.
No, he's not. He says, regardless, yes,
He
you should have
throws up on the
taken
kids, and suddenly
some.
the kids are no more.
The residuum was far more important to get our hands on. Because the
It's
residuum...
powder.
I
Shove
don't...
some in your pocket.
Okay, we're getting off topic. Sorrentis.
Imagine
don't
that as
think-
pocket sand.
I don't think we're
Oh my
accurately stating just how much fucking residuum there was. More than...
Would I know what residual? Sorry, continue.
Residuum is quite a useful little tool for spellcasters. Highly expensive, but in a pinch could save your life to heighten a spell, replace spell components, or if you were attempting some form of magic that even all your best efforts wouldn't allow you to achieve, it could supplement additional arcane energies. This cargo hold was utterly loaded with residuum. I cannot express the power, the powder cake that ship is holding. We only grabbed a fraction of what we could have. A fraction of a fraction. And already I am carrying hundreds upon hundreds of gold's worth in my backpack as we speak. The
Same
powder
here.
is immaterial.
Sorry. I'm laughing because this just reminds me of like little like fucking middle schoolers role playing like I've got so much cocaine in my backpack.
Oh my god.
This is what roleplaying is. Fuck you.
And smoke all these
Yeah.
drugs tonight.
Oh my
Mom
god.
won't know if we go to the basement.
I stole this from my dad's
Our moms
liquor
will never
cabinet.
find out.
The fumes will never reach upstairs. They won't know shit.
This kind of sits there in thought. As DM, another question.
What's up?
I'm assuming I would have been at least vaguely familiar with not so much the specifics of the smuggling operations, but the fact that, yeah, this is definitely a thing going on.
It's the only reason why the Patton family has any interest in Borean.
Now,
Yeah.
we-
But, sorry, second question. In
Joffrey's
terms
interrupting
of-
your thought process.
He doesn't
Knocks on
stick or
forehead.
waves a hand. No one's home. So here's the thing. In terms of like residuum, would I have like, because how like common is knowledge about residuum?
To the common person, you know, the person who farms or has a small time day job, not like maybe they might have heard about it once upon a time. For someone of your standing and the rest of you, it's pretty fairly decent knowledge. It's not like it's a secret. The only known source of residuum so far in Craquias'mar is the I can't put it any other way than the giant rock that hangs above the city of Borean.
Oh, right. Forgot about that thing. Okay, Since kind of says, okay, so you've just... See, the reason I say you should have taken the suit is because you can get a handful of that, chuck it in your pocket, and be none the wiser. And you're telling me you've, on your person, have how many again? How many tablets did you take?
The government doesn't want
Little
you to
bit.
know this, but you could just walk up and take refined slates of residuum. I myself.
I will say this real quick.
25.
Serenthis. Yeah, they both had 25. The Patton family suit absolutely within their ball game. Residuum, not so much.
Yeah, I figured.
We have 25 of these half-pound slates each.
We also
Well,
learned
okay.
some things that might be of interest to our actual job here as well.
Yes, it seems the
Yeah,
warlord
so-
had cotton on to the smuggling. At least that's our running theory.
Oh.
And confronted the captain who had them killed. And for some reason, the goods were not seized by authority or. Oh, I should mention this. The captain was probably involved with the Carmine Crown as well. I had a little panic attack about that. But yes, we found a corpse with the mark of the crown on the back.
That's odd. Why would there be a
This
corpse?
music is way too happy.
I know, right?
No. I know. Hold on. That's
We
too
found a
depressing.
corpse.
We found a corpse. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Fortunately, it's kind of hard to match your guys' fucking tone
Our
consistently.
weird ass tone.
Yeah.
True.
I know.
We're just gonna do. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go back to this. Eh.
Holy
Yeah, but also
shit.
if you. Yeah, you're
as,
holding onto that much each.
as Joffrey details our plan, I also make
That's
sure to. Hell yeah. I also make sure to explain that, as best as we can tell, this ship came from, how's it pronounced again?
Commering.
Cumering, and was making its way to Port Asabron, and it passed through
Azerbaijan.
Morva. Correct?
It passed through Morva. Yes.
Yes. So I give those details as well.
It's so effectively the actual pounding is extremely weird in
Essentially,
terms
they're
of how they
heading
went.
counterclockwise.
No.
No?
So Morva was first. So okay. Port Asabron around counterclockwise to Morva, and then from Morva back down southward all the way up to Commering, and then from Commering they should have gone to Port Asabron, but they instead went clockwise around.
Craquias'mar.
Okay, so effectively, they from Port Asabron head counterclockwise to Morva. From there, continue counterclockwise to Commering. We're supposed to continue to Asabron, but instead go back clockwise and end up here. Some kind of sits and just says, "Okay, but that makes no sense."
Well, it doesn't
Weird,
make
that's a weird route
sense
to
until
take.
you realize that we ourselves have been involved in. Tangentially involved in other people's ritualistic activities, which Residuum is really good at assisting with.
They might be. I mean, if it's a smuggling operation, they might have picked something up from Commering and then gone it back there, back to the Bittertoe.
This is baseless information. We have absolutely no idea if this was the final destination of all that Residuum, but I can't help but have that
Were there
itch
no-
in the back of my mind.
Were there no, I don't know, ledgers, notes about where they
Yeah,
were going?
I actually like I've got the ledger. I pull it out. Now we have some time. Can we see if there was like
A destination?
like an abrupt change in destination somewhere that like or something that seems to indicate that in the ledger, or
Um,
like a sudden new order that maybe they got from, I don't know, a messenger corpse thing, or
Or just
something
where
like that.
where the heavy wine barrels were supposed to go.
yeah. Effectively, what it seems to be as you read through it was that they were meant to return south to Port Asabron, but upon heading out from the docks, there was an update to the actual ledger itself of continue north by northeast, with no definitive reason why.
Okay,
No,
but they did
no
turn
port
around.
to dock at either.
No port to dock at either. It's the only little like slight scroll is continue north by northeast. Ignore all order to come back to Port Asabron until such a time as is required.
Is there anything north by northeast?
North by northeast, mostly it's just towns. Potentially you'd find port towns and the like. No actual big cities.
does Derry relay this information?
Yeah. I assume that we're just like looking over this together. I'm not like sitting there with like the ledger up to my face. We're like going through it.
I'm willing to take a bet and say that that is the work of the Carmine Crown's orders. They're not big on being refused.
Could be.
And we did find... How do I put this? Are you familiar with the sending spell, Serenthis?
General terms, I've, arcane and spellcasting and like isn't really my thing. But
Useful.
yeah, I think I know the basics. It's communication, all that.
Yes, it's quite a useful little incantation. Psychic communication across all of Craquias'mar and beyond. It has its limits, though. A word limit being the primary one. The Carmine Crown has their methods of overcoming such limitations via physical runic markings, such as what I encountered with that marked corpse. Because as I... well,
Oh, that's just gross.
yes, as I interacted with it, so to speak, it offered me a chance to send a message of my own, which I did not take mind, but it
Good.
seems quite simple to me. Captain receives message via corpse, gets told to go clockwise around Craquias'mar. No
I
need
mean,
to send
I'm not
a
the most
messenger when you already have one on board.
true. Once again, I'm not the most familiar with the workings of the Carmine Crown, and
Admittedly, not me
But-
either.
clearly they've gone against whoever was their initial.
Oh,
It's also
absolutely.
worth knowing that the ship was alive.
Oh yeah,
It was
the
like
ship
a
was
I'm sorry,
sentient,
monster
what?
ship.
and was very scary because it talked to us while we were inside, and we didn't want to die, but it was actually quite amicable. Just had to talk to it a little bit, and it allowed us to do what we wanted. Might
Yeah.
even be a good witness. Well, we did already get its witness
Yeah.
statement from it.
DM, real quick, would I have heard anything about the silence being apparently sentient and talking to people?
It got really peeved when Derry stepped on a plank wrong. But after that, it was like just a big boat-shaped teddy bear.
Uh-huh. So you went inside a ship and it talked.
Oh yes, it.
Are you sure you didn't try any of that suit?
Quite certain it was all wrapped and packaged when we found it. Several layers. No way it could have infiltrated the air. Why?
Well, that's...
Does
No, I'm
this
more
sound
so saying that
unbelievable to you, my sir?
a little bit, yes.
I'm offended that you don't immediately believe me, but I can understand. Yes, the ship was sentient.
I might believe you a
if a
little
bit
bit more should you
antisocial.
not try to unsuccessfully lie every two or so phrases.
Can't you tell I'm telling you the truth now?
I can does not mean it doesn't sound unbelievable.
God's given me strength. Well, I'm not going to
I'm no,
reiterate.
I was
don't get
there
me
too.
wrong.
And
Okay.
I pretty much always tell the
Okay.
truth.
Kind of just frowns a bit and nods. Says, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm saying it does sound rather odd and unbelievable. Does that make sense?
It's a smuggling ship. It's
Yes.
perfect.
Perfect for what?
Have you not heard the phrase loose lips sink ships? If all the crew are gagged, none of them can blab about things.
They're only gagged for the void.
Correct! And how, pray tell, are you going to question what the captain has brought on the cargo when
Do
you can
you
barely
know
even
what
communicate?
generally happens when you say a bunch of sailors meet port and go onto the shore for a couple of days?
I must admit, I never particularly went to the port side of Nerevar.
It doesn't have one.
Precisely.
What?
I think we're getting a little bit off track
We're in
here.
agreement.
And I just rubs at his temples and says, what I'm saying is that if someone did find out about this, it would the entire ship being silent would not prevent them from blabbering about it on shore.
I think the important thing to know is that if someone did talk about any of the shit that we found, it would not have been there. So
Precisely.
I'm guessing that
True.
secret is safe with whoever knows it for now. There was a
Which
Captain Henrik.
There is not the most unlikely possibility that the crew was in on the whole Carmine Crown situation. I mean, we did just very openly see the body. So, in any sense, it's probably smart of them not to blab. I mean, think about it. I crossed the Carmine Crown and I fear for my life.
The fact that they haven't gotten you yet
Terrifies
speaks
me.
somewhat to their incompetence.
Honestly, I'm counting every day as a blessing. And Joffrey
I
is
think it
lying.
more so speaks to
And Joffrey is like,
I think it more so speaks to the sheer amount of places on Craquias'mar where one can hide.
We're obviously not here at a mark in the inn, after all. This place is
I
probably one
still
of
don't
their...
think that was meant for you.
Obviously not. But what I'm trying to say is, this place is one that they have interactions with. No matter how scant few there are probably agents of the Carmine Crown. Probably living innocuous lives among the populace. Not really having to give much of a damn in this remote town, but they are here nonetheless. And I theorize possibly that they might have had a hand in making sure that the cargo wasn't taken. I mean, there was quite a lot of it, so it would not be quiet to remove it. One would ideally take the whole ship if they could.
True. Jeffrey, how long have you been running from the Crimson Crown?
A few months now. Didn't count the days when I was running from home all the way up here.
Few months. Well done. That already means that, be it by isolation or by hiding in plain sight, you've got a decent chance at evading.
Please stop jinxing me.
we can worry about that stuff a little bit later. How was your outing?
Yes, please.
Oh boy. Well, I would say it went rather inconclusively, unfortunately. I mean, both of us have learned a bit, but this evening, once I'm done playing at the Bronze Lady, I am heading back into the Oakend to seek out Helena. We couldn't locate her. Apparently, she comes around in the evenings for the most part. But she's a rather, brutish type. At least according to Hanzu and others. Hanzu is, interesting.
How so?
He, well, he promises lesser tithes and taxes in order to win over the common folk. Promises peace, diplomatic approaches to problem solving, which I don't really trust, given that once we got far enough into the conversation, he rather happily asked if we could potentially poison Helena for.
And there it is. Oh, I miss politics.
It sounds like standard practice to me. Would have been weird if he didn't ask.
Nothing, I mean, no, there's nothing to. It's all stupid. That being said, he didn't really buy our, a story of us being tourists,
Why not?
and because apparently he's never, as he kind of flicks his earrings, he's never seen a well-dressed tourist.
If you look at your compatriot Serenthus, might have a point.
I'm sorry, Serenthus is not
You?
dressed for. Yeah, he didn't talk to the main thing. No, the main, like, he does kind of shoot a look to Phineas, and he says, "So maybe it was the hat that." I'm not sure. Regardless, he generally is a very. He seems rather conniving.
Oh yes, he sounds like he would fit right in at Nerva. Which makes it all the more peculiar that he's trying his hands at politics here. With everything you've said, it doesn't seem like he'd fit in with the other warlords.
I mean, given that from what I've heard, they like, trials of strength and all that, I feel like if he does come into power, the moment he faces confrontation with an actual warlord, he's going to get his neck snapped.
Perhaps
Tell you
he's
that he was
secret.
hoping to bring in a new. He did tell you that both he and Helena are perpetrating a new age of warlord.
That aside, both of them are attempting to bring in a bit of new wave of politics, so to speak. Hanzu's once again trying his hand at actual diplomacy and the like, though given his eagerness to poison people, I doubt how actually diplomatical that will be.
That's the peak of diplomatic relations. What are you talking about? White flag is just that's the location where you bomb.
Jesus.
Hmm.
And Helena seems to, despite being a bit of a warmonger, set on instating a proper military force, getting actual guards, not having the town's only protection be the warlord.
That is most curious.
And
That
they
is
do hate
totally
each other's
radical.
guts.
And they just popped into existence after the old warlord gets iced.
Well, they probably were around before that,
Oh,
and
absolutely. But
actually
If
started
they have
speaking
granaries, I
up
would
on their
imagine they've been around for a bit.
now
precisely.
they're the two biggest contenders, and both of them want
Now
to bring
they're
radical
speaking up
change.
because the warlord's dead. Simple as that.
Hmm. All of these are rather too many coincidences for my liking, I must admit.
Coincidences with what?
Carmine Crown brings a smuggling ship up north with a bunch of residuum on it. We encounter some freaky deaky shit with the undead, trying to keep them at bay by feeding them bodies. And now...
Jeffrey, the ship wasn't heading here.
It
They
was heading
captured
up
and brought it here.
Correct, but it was heading
Yes.
up north.
Yes.
And there was also that very
That
ominous
being
message I
said-
got from the inn.
What is
You're
at
looking
Port
too deeply
Asabron?
into things.
Over the table. What is at Port Asabron?
It's a port ship. It's a port city.
I mean, is there
Yeah.
anything like particularly interesting about it, or is this just like some
It doesn't
fuck
have a
nowhere?
definitive. It doesn't have a definitive like ruling lord or lady or the like. It is effectively ran by a council of several great families. It's the trade central of Craquias'mar. Basically, if you want imported goods, Port Asabron is the way to go. It is the home of several merchant companies. It is also home to several sellsword companies. It's effectively like, while Nerevar is the largest city in Craquias'mar, Port Asabron is very steadily climbing that in populace and in power over the years. Nerevar holds onto his seat of power purely because of the Golden Council. Port Asabron is effectively not the definitive military power in Craquias'mar, but close.
But definitely the trade power.
Yes.
Can I... Sorry, keep going.
No, continue. What you said?
Joffrey's curious now. Can I roll insight to see if Sorrenthus is sort of purposely trying to hide something by stamping down on the conspiracy?
Sure, Serenthus. I'm saying deception because I'm assuming that's you are.
Sort of, but not really. But it would be for the most part deception.
Yeah. So Joffrey, you can roll insight. Ooh.
I am going to use. Wait, Draconic Presence is only for
I got a
Draconic
19,
Presence is
17
only for
plus 2.
persuasion. Never mind. Fuck, 16.
Serenthus.
For the most part, it does seem to be a case of this is just too much things adding up in a way that don't make sense for Serenthus, which is why he's writing it off as all of this has other perfectly understandable explanations. Why are we trying to weave it all together into some massive conspiracy where one of the things, the ship arriving here, is like incidental? And for the most part, it does seem to be a case of like not really knowing what to do, and like definitely an undercurrent of trying to like steer the conversation away.
Sorrenthus. Pal, buddy. What's on your mind?
Don't call me that. First off, do not call me that. Secondly, more so how exactly we're going to approach all of this.
Well, we're going to burn some granaries at some point.
Like that, speaking of which, I did forget to mention that we did try following Hanzu and trying to figure out where he lives, but lost him in the crowd. Sneaky bastard.
Interesting.
Surprising. He's lived here a little longer than we have.
Yeah. And it was rather a crowded area.
Well,
why don't we lay out what we know and what we have to do? First, we have a pretty good idea of who killed Vangir. Vangir? That's his name, right?
Vangir.
Vangir. Vangir. I don't know.
Vangir.
Willow, put the argument to rest.
It's in.
It's Vangir.
Vangir, okay.
I wanted to let it play out. I'm sorry.
The ship
bitch.
the ship claimed that Captain Henrik, who presumably is the captain of the Silence, killed him, and he is currently being held up at the castle. So we can probably just verify that ourselves with some quick questions, and hopefully get that information out of him and put that to rest.
Are they
We
just
know why
going
the
to
ship is
let
still
us?
here.
in to question him.
I don't see why not. It was only one guard
There's a-
watching the silence, after all.
There's a unique opportunity in this town to move with a little more, perhaps, freedom. It's a little hard to tell, but I mean, there's no warlord, there's no commanding power, there's just structures floating around, waiting for someone to tell them what to do.
And money is very good at telling people what to do.
We can always attempt to take a look and see what's going on.
Quite.
Anyway, the second objective that we had, figure out why the ship is even still here, is a really easy answer. Because the crew is being held in the castle. No one can take the ship anywhere. Simple. We've scouted out the personalities who might become the next warlord, so that's
No,
done.
not yet. I've still not talked to Helena. And given all this, I have a plan as to how to take care of both of them. Look, neither of them are a good choice. I mean, from what I've heard, I've not talked to Helena yet, but
We're not here to make a choice. We're here to scout them out and, if we
Report
really
back.
feel like it, burn their granaries. And we have the stock of the ship, and I wave the ledger, and it's a little bit doctored, but between our testimony and what can be gleaned from the contents of this, I'd say our job is almost done. We just have to confirm a couple things and maybe make a few confrontations.
I must admit there is something that irks me if you allow me to air it out. Why
Airway.
did this Peter fellow know that the crew had been taken? Was that ever
Didn't
implied?
seem like it.
never mentioned nor implied. I must admit, and this is a stupid thing to have assumed after the fact, but I thought they were just keeping them on the ship and guarding.
I was of the same assumption, which is why I was a little surprised to find that it was completely empty.
Well, if they're suspected in the complicity of a warlord's death, I don't see why they wouldn't be taken away.
Might have been dangerous.
I mean, it's a crew, there's quite few of them. But then who
PM.
would take them away?
What's
I
up?
have another question.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I would not be familiar with this Captain Henrik fellow. Gotcha.
Another question?
Yes.
Okay.
So
we were told
what?
we were told something interesting by the ship itself. We found a key in the captain's diary. When I
Oh?
asked the ship if we should return to the captain, in so many words it seemed to say, kinda yeah, it's the captain's for use on the captain.
What if
I
it's a
pull out the key.
magic key?
That's what I was thinking.
What if it can open any lock?
Probably not.
Could I
Does
see
our room
this?
have a lock?
The room has a lock.
Yes, Serenthus, 1 second. I try the key on the lock.
It doesn't fit.
Fuck.
Oh, it's not a skeleton key. What a shame.
I offer the key to Serenthus.
What kind of key is this?
It's a regular steel key.
Could I potentially see if it's open some sort of door or some sort of container?
If you want, you can roll me a history check.
Okay.
At advantage.
Given that I am proficient in thieves' tools, which does involve lockpicking, could I potentially add proficiency bonus? Or no?
Not for this
Okay.
one.
17.
17.
Yes.
So, as you hold it, your mind goes back to an overheard conversation and a whispered threat that's years past by this point. You recall, can't really remember who, but a looming individual of the Patton family as a joke to them, a threat to you, offering if you would like have they described as a heart box, citing that all loyal members are sure to have them. If you don't have one, well, you don't belong here. And over the course of those years, you might have asked about it, might have just tried to check it out, because it's a weird thing to say. You learned that these heart boxes are not worn by the Patton family. Instead, what they are is, best way I can describe it, is a procedure in which a small chest is planted and engineered to be inside your chest. And these keys are the only way to open them.
He kind of sits there for a second, looks me over, and says, I think I might know what this is. Well, Joffrey probably won't mind, but it's not very pretty.
Oh, then I must absolutely know.
Well, it's for a box of sorts.
Here it comes.
Let's just say that I'm pretty sure if we were to talk to this person, he would happen to have a box somewhere. And pats his chest here. Just ingrained into him.
Ooh, that is delightfully devilish.
No, it really isn't.
Oh, when I get my undead thralls, I must do that to them.
Would you happen to know what's inside these containers?
DM, would I? Like, what's stored in them? Did they just make a fucking box for no reason?
Typically, the box can be used to transport orders and messages, and also has a small compartment in which essence of nightshade is kept.
1 second, writing things down. If I remember correctly, it's mainly for transporting more illicit items, secret messages, and poisons, all that kind.
As you're saying this, Derry folds his hands. And he says, we've learned a lot about each other, I think, pretty recently. It's apparent to me that you have a special interest in this vessel. And you seem to have reasonable knowledge of it.
I have a passing curiosity in it.
That's... I didn't exactly sense a passing curiosity when you asked me to ask after where it came from. It seemed a little funny.
And to be fair, you were quite averse to even visiting the docks.
This doesn't have to be a
That
problem or
was
anything. It's just...
because No, it's fair, given that we are stuck dealing with this together. It is probably at least fair to provide a bit of an explanation. I suppose I will oblige you. As I've mentioned before, no, I am not from the Bittertoe Coast. I'm from Port Asap. And I have a bit of knowledge in regards to what ships frequent that area. That is why I knew of the Silence. And that is also why I know that it happens to belong on one of the more affluent families there. One of the families whom I've had a bit of a disagreement with in the past. And I don't exactly know how familiar the crew would have been with me. Which is why, with my assumption that the crew would be on the ship, I chose not to go there.
Okay.
Might I ask which
Yeah, thank you.
family?
It's fucking
It's always this
scared the
track.
it scares the shit out of me every time.
It's always the fucking choir people. DM.
What's up?
So here's a fun question. Is the name of another ruling family of Port Asabron?
Ooh, God, let me find them.
You
That is the names
bastard.
that are done
You
called.
bastard. I'm trying to be helpful. You bastard. You hide your information.
I have proficiency in deception for a reason. Fuck off.
Also, as this is happening, do I believe Sorrenthus?
I'll say Cervantes. I say you roll an insight check. Cervantes, you make persuasion or deception, your choice.
Plus
Okay.
0, baby. A 19 on the die. 19.
One second. He's being quite honest. Like, he is in fact from Port Asabron. He is like, he does seem to like know about the ship. I got a total.
You got a what?
A 23 total.
If you want one of the great families, you're looking at the Vales could be an easy option.
Could you put their name in campaign V?
Sure. Vale.
Okay, because like it could have been spelled like Vale, like
Hey, you never know.
the
Yeah,
other one.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's the Vales. I got into a bit of a fight with one of their cousins in a bar because both of us were rather drunk and it spiraled from there. You know how.
What was the last bit?
You know how it goes.
Can't say I really do. I've never really gotten into a bunch of bar fights.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
It can be pretty fun.
You don't seem like a tremendously temperamental individual. This person must have done something real bad.
No,
They're on to me.
I just like the thrill of fights. I don't like the whole lethal part. Not my thing, but the adrenaline rush is kind of worth it.
Except when it gets in the way, I guess. But
Really depends.
it's neither here nor there. Well, I think we have our tasks laid out in front of us. We can wait to try to visit this this last prospective warlord, and or we can try to pay the captain and the crew a visit. I'm assuming you won't
I
want to be
suppose-
there.
I'll come with simply because I still have my doubts as to how easy it will be to just get in and talk to them. It would help to have someone else who's able to speak to people. No offense, Joffrey.
What?
Or
Sorry, I wasn't
Spicy or
listening.
Phineas, who have been oddly quiet.
They're both EP.
To be fair,
Yes, they're
Austin
very
is very tired.
less.
Oh. Do you want to head back to the Bronze Lady? Get your performance
What
in.
time is it right?
I'll say for your sake, it's approaching evening.
Approaching evening.
So once you get your performance in of like
But then I have to
half hour, an
effectively
hour,
go.
you'll be able to go to Oak End
Yeah.
if you would like to.
I mean, over the table, do we want to like? Do we want to actually go talk to Helena, or do we just want to like, I don't know, ask around, see where she lives, and like burn her granary?
I mean, if you
Well,
want to see what
if
she's
we're-
all about, I'm like, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind. But if we're gonna burn the granaries, we
mind
gotta do
either.
it simultaneously, because then Hanzu's gonna guard his granaries. They'll know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
I was
whole
also
other.
thinking of putting it on Hanzu, honestly.
Honestly, Hanzu sounds like a very respectable politician. He's
He
got my
really
vote.
is not. He's not respectable. That man is a menace.
I offered lower taxes and we will poison the opposition. Vote for me, people.
That's not
Hey, who let Putin in here?
honorable leader.
Hey, less collateral damage. It's hard for poison to miss its mark. As long as you're careful.
No, it's also whatchamacallit. My
Actually, how one of the old monarchs of Craquias'mar
God.
died. They weren't the target of an assassination, but they just got it mixed
Oh
up.
my god. That being
Base,
said,
base,
I'm more so
base.
thinking that like we find out where Helena lives, burn her granaries. Helena, given that it's been established she's apparently a rather aggressive individual, comes after Hanzu because we pin it on him. She kills him, profit.
What do you guys
One
want
is
to
in
do?
ruin, the other one's dead. Boom, bam, done. The main question is, do we want to talk to the guys tonight? Or do we want to... Can we potentially do both?
Yeah, you can do
okay. So I suppose the plan, if we can actually fit in terms of like scheduling, is quick performance because like it's gonna be like what, an hour. Go talk to the guys, and then Helena.
both. Sure.
Unless anyone has
Okay.
any other
Yeah, that sounds
suggestions.
good.
Okay. To the lady.
So, are you all going to Helena? Just want to make sure.
I
Um,
mean, I am, but I wouldn't mind like the others coming along.
yeah, I think we'd all, whatever we do, we'd go together from here on out.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, send this. Roll me a performance check. See how much money you make. Won't be a lot, but a little summer.
Yeah. That is fucking 12 plus performance of 5, 17.
17. You'll make approximately 3 silver.
Yippee!
Come change. Every silver counts.
My
So-
main question is because in terms of the discount we were given, he is going to go over to the bartender after the fact. He's going to ask, so in regards to our arrangement, did you find that agreeable?
We agreed on it. Yes, I did.
I'm more so saying that the agreement was that he'll see my performance today and determine if I get the discount. And the DM must have forgotten.
DM did forgot. Yes, the performance was acceptable.
Wonderful. Have a nice day. I head out.
Okay. So, as you go to Oak End, it's a large district. It's
Sorry, I thought we were heading to the where they were keeping the guys first. Are they being kept in Oaken?
You were going there first?
I don't remember. That's what I suggested, but if
I
like,
thought you okay.
which of those makes sense? Because I don't really know like the time.
Effectively, Oaken's right by you, so you can just stop by there, and then go
Gotcha.
to Castle Morgaine.
Yeah. Okay. Can do that.
Okay, so as you kind of wander, do you ask around, or are you keeping to yourself trying to find her?
Is there a list? I mean, Serenthus is listening about, unless that proves fruitless.
I think
That
Derry
would
would,
prove fruitless, yeah.
if you know, if we're sort of uncertain, Derry will like kind of break off and try to ascertain more concrete directions, in whatever
We'll say,
subtle way he might.
unfortunately, it appears that not a lot of people have an idea. From what you can tell, Helena comes and goes as she pleases and doesn't really
Okay.
organize a meet point. So, as you wander, find yourself going through several districts, shopping and the like, before coming across what appears to almost been like a setup for potentially a meet. Several people are milling around, but there's no Helena in sight. There's no red. Kind of deciding that that's potentially a bust for now. You go moving through back alleys and the like, trying to potentially see if she's incoming from a certain direction. And it's at that point that I do need to know all of your passive perceptions.
12.
I'm pretty sure that's 10. That's 10.
We're gonna fucking die.
14.
14. Okay.
If I
So-
drink this 1 ounce bottle of
Or
ink,
Phineas,
though,
this is
it
great.
becomes 50.
So, as you
Sui,
move through,
Sood actually, enhances your senses. I'm just saying.
as you move through one such alleyway, there's several kind of cloth hangings over. It's kind of obscure you from moonlight. As you go around a corner, it's almost like a faint presence at the back of your necks. As a unit, you turn before Joffrey. You are unceremoniously grabbed from behind and feel a blade to your throat. And as you two whirl around, there's a large elven woman. She doesn't stab him, but just says,
He's dead.
"Oh, you've been looking for me," and that's where we're getting into tonight's session.
Fuck's sake.
Mommy? Sorry.
All right.
Mommy?